Pedo, it's Man's Health. Today we talking about obesity, talking to the big boys today. All the people out there that's struggling with their diet, trying to get this weight off, trying to come to a better understanding of what you're going through. It's not as simple as you think. It's not just you eating too much. It's a little bit more complex than that. I've been doing my research. We're going to get in it and we're going to talk about it. Hopefully the things that we talk about and we communicate about is something that you never thought about. Some you may not have been aware of, some you wasn't privy to. So hopefully I can help y'all out. Y'all can help me out. We can have conversations in the comment section. You let me know what y'all dealing with, how you handling it, how you feeling emotionally, man to man. We can have a conversation. Even if you don't feel like having it in the comment section, DM me so we can talk about it together. And hopefully we get defeated together. You with me? It's Pedo. Let's get it. All right. Number one is the effects of obesity and how it affects our children. I'm going to tell y'all a funny story. The other day, I took one of the young ones to get something to eat. We went to a burger joint, got some food. We sitting there eating it, no big deal. And I slowly just watched the child eat this burger, devour the burger, and then proceeds to lick the bag. I was pissed. I was livid. But I had to take myself into account, like how much bad food has this child sit around and watch me eat? How does she even know the taste, the desire for it, unless it came from me? And I passed that down to her. That's something that we got to be more mindful of the foods we eat, the things that we introduce to our children. Because if it wasn't for me, that food may not necessarily even been in her thought process. Now, if she seen me eating correctly and properly how I'm supposed to, then there's certain things that I wouldn't even have to worry about. And you can't always protect your child from everything. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, being an adult, being a man, you got to be more mindful of the things we consume, how much we consume, and why we consume it in order to understand how we can prevent from passing certain bad habits down to the children, because they're going to do what's in their surroundings. And if you just picking out all the time in these surroundings and unhealthily eating out of emotion and things of that nature, then we setting them right in the trap that we don't want them in. We don't want to have them dealing with the same issues that we currently dealing with. Of course, I'm speaking to the big people, the big boys, the big fellas in my life. You know what I mean? So let's try to be mindful of that. What we passing down and what we teaching our kids when I'm watching, unknowingly watching and paying attention to what we doing. You feel me? Number two is creativity killer. I can't tell you how many times I have a million ideas as far as music, as far as doing stuff on my daughter's YouTube channel, as far as men's mental health. And I have the lightning be striking through, thunder be going off in my brain. It'd be like, I have these amazing, brilliant ideas, but I go get something to eat and I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. And I eat the wrong thing or I overeat. And I get excited about it and the emotions just strike me and the endorphins be firing and I be ready to go. And I just eat the wrong thing and then to kill everything, like nothing's happening. I get tired, I get drowsy, I get sleepy, and it just kind of just kills my whole mood. Like a lot of times where if I eat correctly, if I eat some greens or if I'm in the right mindset when I know I'm eating just because I'm replenishing instead of just overindulging, it helps me tremendously with my creativity. And anybody that know me, that truly know me, you know I'm always trying to create. I'm trying to create. I've done music, I've done video game channel, I've done this men's health, I've done so many different things to try to create because I love and I enjoy creating. But a lot of times my bad habit as far as eating can strike and kill that creativity where it just slows it down to a halt, almost sometimes to a stop. So just remember, if we're working on our creativity and you want to be creative and you want to move forward and work out at a better pace, I believe if we eat better and be more conscious of why we eat and the food that we eat, it can help us move forward in a way where we understand and help be able to push our creativity forward. You with me? So let's try to eat better, do better, and be more conscious of what we eat and why we eat and how we eat. And I feel like that'll help a lot with our creativity and defeating this obesity. You know, with me? All right, number three, I have a theory on the weight loss, obesity, and staying healthy. Just hear me out. You know how the rich stay rich? Like once you make a lot of money, it's a lot easier to continuously make more money because you have more money to invest. Now think about that on the flip side. When you messed up and you trying to get ahead, it's hard to kind of break through to start doing good financially. Like you got to put in a lot of work, be extremely disciplined, and really to get past that threshold to start when you're doing okay. And it's easy to mess it up. Now think about that in relations to food. Like if I wake up in the morning, I'm tired, I'm sluggish, I'm already feeling bad for the stuff that I ate last night. and I'm emotionally upset about what I did. So I eat again to try to make me feel better. And once again, I'm just completing that cycle of making me feel worse for what I ate the previous time. And the only reason why I'm doing it again is to recover emotionally, to give me some sort of endorphins to feel better about what I just ate. You understand what I'm saying? So eating makes me tired, makes me sleepy, want to rest, and then eat again because I'm feeling bad about what I ate before, because that food brings a sense of comfort. So I think we need to break this cycle of emotionally eating so we can sleep better, eating so we can feel better about where we at and where we going. Just because we think something is delicious and we really want to get into it. I love eating. So a lot of times when I eat, I just want to eat because I like the food. I don't even be hungry. So I feel like we need to break that cycle of eating for comfort, eating so we can sleep better, eating so we can feel better in the moment. We need to kind of reverse that. And when we're not feeling good and not trying to get rest and things of that nature, so we can kind of get back in a place where we need to be so we continuously gain momentum on this health. You understand what I'm saying? You feel me? So I believe that's one way we can attack this obesity and attack this weight loss, so we can get on a better train, a better rhythm, a better vibe, instead of just the same old cycle of eating to feel better, eating to go to sleep, and just looking for something just because we feel like it tastes good to make us feel good in that moment. We need stuff that's going to make us feel good and be sustainable in the long run. You with me? All right, number 4, healthy options. I can't explain to y'all how much delicious, good, nutritious food is out there if we just do the research. A lot of times we don't even look into healthy options. I know, for an example, with me, I quickly I'm gonna go get some wings, I'm gonna get a burger, I'm gonna get some fries, get something to eat, get some rice, some Chinese food. It just so naturally come to me because I've been doing it for so long. But once you really start doing your homework and look into healthy options, there's so many out there that you can get into that's delicious, that's hearty, that'll be fulfilling, and it's healthy. And you can be, like we talked about before, you can be creative with these meals. There's so many different options and so many different ways to look into eating better, not just for your health, but for your physical health, for your mental health as well. A lot of times, I don't want us to get caught up in this eating because we're feeling sad or we down or we had a hard day or a rough day or we had a good day and we want to celebrate with the food. There's so many different ways that you can look at food in a negative way, and we just automatically go to the hard foods, the soul foods, the wings, the fries, the hearty, like a home cooked quote unquote meal. So I think we just need to change our mindset with the options, because there's so many different healthy options out here that you can get that's nutritious, that's delicious, and that's good for you. Leave you energized, feeling good, and feeling prideful that you're able to install some sort of discipline and move forward in a healthy way, where we're not just falling into these old bad habits and routines, sometimes culturally that dependent on us. So let's try to be more aware of our options. Let's do a little homework and look into healthy options. I guarantee you're going to find some stuff that you love. Number 5 is one of the biggest components to this. I want you to understand obesity is not that you just overeating. It's not that you just being greedy and you just want to eat the wrong thing. Obesity a lot of times be tied into our emotions. Sometimes it's hormonal. Sometimes we just can't get away from the endorphins or these good meals that put us on such a high momentarily. You have a good day. You like, I'm going to go celebrate with some wings. I'm going to go celebrate with a steak, some lobster, some seafood, all this stuff like that, when you really just need to understand that emotionally, sometimes we depend on this food as a crutch. And it's not always just the fact that you overeat. It's sometimes how you feel when you eat, how the food make you feel. Maybe this will help you identify some of the issues that you have with your relationship with food. And I'm saying this because I know. I love food. I love when I eat. I always want to eat high-end food and good food. Give me a ribeye, porterhouse, or some crab legs or something like that. And I feel like that's one of my issues. I have such a toxic relationship with food where I can just binge on it all day. I use it to celebrate. I use it when I'm sad. I use it when I'm in a good mood, when I'm in a bad mood. Sometimes I'm sleepy. I just need something to eat. It'll help me go to sleep better. We got to identify these bad habits and these bad triggers in this relationship with food. Because a lot of times it's not just that you're overeating. It's why you're overeating and how you're eating. So let's try to pay attention to what we're eating, how we eating, and when we eating, so we can start identifying some of these bad habits, some of these emotional triggers that put us in this place of eating all this bad food. So let's think about that. It's not just what you eat. Sometimes this food is tied into your emotions and you may not even realize it. You with me, fellas? Let's get it. The number 6 thing about obesity is I want y'all to learn and study and look up obesity. Don't just take my word for it. I ain't no expert. I'm just coming to y'all with stuff that I'm struggling with. So I want y'all to look into it. Learn about obesity. Learn about addiction as well. When it comes to food, when it comes to eating, and when it comes to everything that you got going on. Because a lot of times we be addicted to this food, addicted to this life, and not even realize that we are. So please, I want y'all to look into this. Do your homework. Read some books, read some articles, pay attention to what's going on with the food industry, with everything that's going on with USDA. A lot of times they tell you a lot and it's so wrong. It's so not true. If they eliminated all the unhealthy foods in these supermarkets and everything, there'd probably be about 60%, 70% of everything in there, if not more. And a lot of this stuff is addictive. It's not just you versus the food. Sometimes it's you versus these chemicals that's in these foods that bring you such a high, bring you such a happiness. Like I was saying, it's not just tied to what you eat and how much you eat. It's also tied to how you feel when you're eating. How this soda and these chips and this candy, all this makes you feel temporarily though, because it's not lasting. It's not long lasting. So I want y'all to do your homework, man. Look into it and come back to me with what y'all learn. Maybe you could put me on game with something that I didn't know or I identify. Because right now we struggling with this together. You with me? Let's get it. All right, this is number 7 on dealing with this obesity. I need us as a people, especially my men, my fellas. There's plenty of dudes out here getting money, living that life, eating terrible, doing terrible physically. Their health is awful. I need us to find new ways to bring comfort. I need us to deal with these mental health issues, these bad marriages, these bad relationships, these bad jobs, these bad habits, our own mental health that's deteriorating. We need to figure this out. We need to find new ways to bring comfort and stop leaning on this food. We need to find new ways to make us happy, being at peace with ourselves, where we can lay down and go to sleep and be at peace without thinking we need some wings or some rice or some fries or anything like that. Whatever you're dealing with that's running your life behind the scenes emotionally, let's deal with it. Let's focus on it and let's try to figure it out what it is that we got going on that's making us keep depending on these emotions when it comes to this eating. And I'm saying this because I'm dealing with it, bro. I'm in the same place. I'm there with you. I'm trying to figure it out myself. So please, if you got anything that you got subscribe or anything that you think is a good idea of how you coping with it, hit me up. Let me know. Share. Your voice, my voice, and our voice can help somebody that's dealing with it and thinking they dealing with it their own. You're not. Ain't none of us alone in this. America is terribly out of shape, terribly obese. And I really believe it's more mental than it is just bad habits. But of course, habits is mental, so you with me. It's pedo. It's men's health. I'm trying to help, man. I'm trying to bring a community together of my fellas, man, so we can work, we can improve, and we can get better and live a happy life. A long living happy life. You with me? Let's get it.